What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Happy New Year 2020. Wow, that's crazy. I'm old. But what's going on? Welcome to the channel. If you haven't seen this before, the whole concept of the Everyone is Here tournament. 100 characters are put into a tournament each day on the channel, except for Sundays. I upload one of the matches from the tournament. I'll talk about the two characters that happen to be in the match for the day, maybe go over a couple facts, maybe a little bit of a moveset pool for how they might potentially play. So, yeah, that's the gist of it, and then we'll vote between the two characters, and voting's a part of all the rules, so here come all the rules, and you can see them all, so I'll run down them real quick. The first rule, this is for fun. Why is that a factor? Why does that matter? Because we have characters that are assist trophies and spirits and me costumes and characters that are just confirmed. So basically, rule 1 is saying vote for who you personally want, not necessarily who's more likely to happen. Vote for who you personally want to happen. So that's how that goes. But you do only get one vote per person. But you can vote for both characters if you feel the need to. If you like both the characters in the tournament for the day, you can vote for both by simply typing both. But you do only get one vote per person. And then, let's see. Yeah, the rest of the rules, though. Double elimination tournament, meaning a character has to lose twice before being officially eliminated. Once we get to the results, to determine the winner and loser of the match, if there happens to be a tie, we'll just flip a coin on camera. Fairest way to break a tie. And then each matchup, voting-wise, only lasts for just 1 week or 7 days. So, one week after the episode gets uploaded, you have 7 days to get your votes in. If you don't get them in before that, they don't count. That's how that goes. So, yeah, that's the rule. So we'll jump into the rest of the matchup for the day. Alright, so we're back for the results of one of the matches. I forget which game, whatever. The matchup, though, it was 2B from Near Automata taking on Professor Layton. Somebody's getting eliminated, and let's just say this matchup wasn't even close. Not even close. Not even close. The winner was 2B by a landslide. 35 votes to just 8. Just 8 for Professor Layton. That might be the lowest amount of votes for this tournament. I'd have to check. But, yeah. Layton's gone. He's eliminated. 2B moves on to the next round, excuse me. So, congrats to 2B. Goodbye, Professor Layton. Everyone except one character gets eliminated, so don't feel too bad. Alright? But, yeah, there's the results. Let's go straight to the matchup. Straight to the match. Interesting-ish sort of matchup. Why am I coughing? I'm not even sick. I hope I'm not becoming sick again. That was... Ooh, whatever. The matchup, though. Sylux from the Metroid Prime series. Character I kind of personally like quite a bit. But his opponent is Jill Valentine from the Resident Evil series, and yes, we'll talk about Resident Evil and Smash Bros. But I think Jill starts it off, doesn't she? Yeah. So Jill, well, let's address the elephant in the room. Jill Valentine is what is happening? Oh, anyway, Jill Valentine, yes, she happens to be a spirit in Smash Bros. Ultimate. All right, again. If you still like her, vote for her. Vote for your personal preference, not who's necessarily more likely, but we'll get the elephant out of the way. She's a spirit, and why is that kind of a big case against her? She happened to be one of those random spirit events that popped up about a month ago, and it was really awesome. Resident Evil stuff in Smash Bros. Alright, cool. It got represented. But you took arguably 4 of the biggest characters in the Resident Evil series, and you just gave them a spirit. It's kind of like, alright, Resident Evil probably isn't happening for playable DLC character status, right? Not gonna happen, because we had Leon, we had Chris, we had Jill, and we had Wesker. It's like, alright, kind of sucks, because why would, and obviously the easy point to make in this case is, why would you take Jill Valentine as an example, put her as a spirit of all things, and then circle back to it later on and be like, alright, actually we're gonna put her as a playable character? That just kind of seemed like so bizarre, and Nintendo has thought their DLC out. They've thought this out already. They knew who the extra DLC is gonna be. Maybe they do even extra DLC at some. Who knows how long the DLC is gonna last? Hoping for 20 plus years. Yeah, right, not that long, but I'll take whatever they give, or whatever they give us for as long as they want to keep pumping out characters and content for Smash. I'll gladly take it. But yeah, so giving her spirit obviously is gonna make it so it's kind of like, all right, she probably won't make sense for Smash DLC because as a fighter, and again, there are different variants. There's different costumes, different Resident Evil, Resident Evil 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. There's different Resident Evil Jill's costumes that you could give her for her spirit fighter. So like once you defeat classic mode as a fighter, you end up getting a fighter spirit. And since we already have, I think it's Jill from, is it Resident Evil 2 or 3 or one of the early Resident Evil games? So it's like, all right, what can you do? How about this Jill Valentine on screen? Give her the Resident Evil 5 Jill Valentine look for her fighter spirit. I mean, that's one way around it, because there are already characters in the roster, not just DLC, but there are already characters in the roster. They got multiple fighter spirits. Let's see, who comes to mind? Corrin, I know. Robin did, but Robin is male and female. I guess Corrin was male and female as well. Mario got a couple different ones. There's quite a bit of characters that have different spirit fighters, so it's not out of the realm of possibility that you could be like, all right, hey, we already have this character as a random DLC spirit, so I guess it doesn't necessarily deconfirm the character for playable status, but at the same time it's kind of like, all right, this is a big third party kind of character. If they're gonna save them being introduced into Smash Bros for the first time, they're probably going to do it either as a spirit and leave it that way, or they're going to wait and make them a playable fighter and then give them their fighter spirit as well. So, I don't know. Quick touch on the moveset, I suppose. She's from Resident Evil. You're going to have guns and explosives. Maybe you could use like first aid sprays or the herbs that heal you up in Resident Evil, which would be kind of interesting thing. Maybe you could get like 3, 4, 5 different herbs per stock, and you can heal yourself. Something like that would be kind of a little interesting. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of potential play style. You got physical and grapple moves, then of course the weapons and explosives and stuff like that. So you got potential there for sure. But I don't know. We'll see what happens with Resident Evil. I don't think we're gonna get anything else from Resident Evil. The spirits we got, I think, are that's it. That's what we're getting. Of course, there's still plenty of other Resident Evil characters that you can make kind of a case for. Nemesis would be amazing. Just saying. But yeah, I think Resident Evil might just get this 4 spirits and then be done. But you never know. We don't know what Nintendo's thinking. We don't know what they're thinking. We might think we do, but we don't. But let's talk about a Nintendo rep in this case. Jill's opponent, Sylux from the Metroid Prime series. Now, Metroid Prime, beginning actually about a year ago, January of 2019, had the whole thing where it had to restart development, and it was kind of a blow to hear, and it's kind of like, really, especially fans that have been clamoring for a new Metroid game, new Metroid Prime game. It's like, cool, it's in the works, and then they're like, actually, we really we despised it. We didn't like the way it was being made. So Nintendo made the very tough choice, but are arguably very respectful, and you gotta give props to Nintendo for coming out and saying, look, our game was bad, we didn't like it, so we don't want the fans to be like, all right, the game was crap, so they basically said, this one's on us, we're restarting development, we're sorry about this. And anytime a company comes out and does that, like, tip of the hat to you, big props. So yeah, it sucks there's a big delay, but as long as it doesn't get canceled, we'll get it someday. So, how does this tie into Sylux? Well, the rumored, somewhat, it wasn't like a story plot by any means, but the rumored like bullet points for a potential how the game could play out. Sylux, one of the bounty hunters, was supposed to, and Sylux is arguably one of the most popular, if not the most popular, of the Metroid Prime hunters. I guess I can't even say he's a he, because I don't believe we actually know the gender of Sylux. There's a lot that's unknown about Sylux, and that's what they were going to do with Metroid Prime 4. It seemed like they were going to give Sylux a backstory, and we're going to get to know about this character a bit more. which was awesome, and just another character potentially. Look, and plus it's first party, so Nintendo, their business, they get the profits, they get all of it. They don't have to spend money on third party characters to get the licensing and the rights and all that stuff. So more profit for Nintendo, right? If that makes sense. Plus, if they wanted to go Sylux, it could work numerous ways. Sylux is not represented in Smash Ultimate whatsoever. No spirits, obviously not a playable character, not a boss, not a Mii costume, not nothing. There's no mention of it. And again, arguably the most famous, most popular Metroid Prime Hunter, no representation. But when we got a couple other ones, who do we got? I think Candon, I think, is one of them. Do we have... I forget. There's like 3. I think there's only 3 of them that are represented. But Sylux not represented. Kind of like, all right, what's going on? Was Nintendo planning to put Sylux in the game? To, you know, kind of... not collaborate, but to go with the Metroid Prime 4 announcement, potentially. It could have been a deal, you know, it could have. We don't know. I like Sylux personally. He's definitely one of my favorite. He's my favorite bounty hunter. Playing Metroid Prime Hunters on the DS back in high school. I've told this story before. I'm sitting in class, and you know, a couple friends, we just whip out the DS. In the middle of class, we didn't care. We're sitting there playing Metroid Prime. We're playing local multiplayer. So fun, so fun. So Sylux has quite a bit. Let's talk moveset. He's got somewhat similar to Samus, and let's see. What's some of the attacks? One of them, I forget the actual name, but it's an attack like effect of like Robin's Nosferatu, where you attack with this energy sort of thing, and not only is it dealing damage to your opponent, but it's also healing Sylux at the same time. So that's kind of cool and unique. It can fly around in like this little, I think it's like a little jet kind of thing. Similar to like how Samus rolls up into a ball for her down special. Sylux could use it as like a side special and kind of like be able to like maybe just jet straight across the battlefield or the stage that you're on. Maybe you could control it for an up special potentially. You definitely got some energy shots and whatever, so a little similar to Samus, but you know, there's a lot you can differentiate. I'd go into more of it, but the video's probably getting too long at this point, so Sylux would definitely be a very fun character. And even though we did just get Ridley as a newcomer, hey, I'm just saying, and Dark Samus actually, so Metroid in one game potentially getting 3 reps, that'd be crazy. But I love Sylux. Sylux is getting my vote in this one. Nothing against Jill. I love Resident Evil, but Leon, it would go Leon. Who's the? I just mentioned him earlier. The big bad boss. I can't think of. Nemesis. So it would go Leon, Nemesis, and then Chris. Those are the top 3 Resident Evil characters I'd want to see first. And then probably even Wesker. Maybe Wesker's number 3. Yeah, but anyway, Jill's not even in the top 3. Not even in the top 4 characters I want to see. Sylux is somebody that I've had a personal attachment to, so Sylux has my vote in this one. I don't know if he'll win this one, but you never know. So we'll see what happens. That is going to be it for this one, so a little sneak peek for tomorrow. Looks like the matchup for tomorrow, 2 first-party characters. We have actually 2 assist trophies, okay. Ashley from the WarioWare series, Wario series in general, and her opponent is Springman from ARMS. So we'll see how that one plays out. But that's tomorrow. And then the results we'll get for tomorrow is who? Tomorrow's results is going to be Rimu from the Toho project, and her opponent was Jibanyan. Somebody's getting eliminated again. But that's tomorrow. Today's today, and speaking of today, second video today, starting the new year off with a bang. Just for a second upload, I suppose. But yeah, that is going to be it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed as always. And stay tuned for Friday. I got something planned.